Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Pony Montana, and in this video, we are going to be going over a tactic that needs to be used by a lot more people, specifically those of you guys who might be blitzing a little heavy. Now, before I get into it, if you guys could do me the favor, you guys already know the vibes, FTA for the algorithm. Drop anything down in the comment section, whether you guys are struggling with anything at Madden, an emoji, a letter, a number, does not matter. Your favorite football team, who cares? Just drop something for your boy. Helps push these videos out to people who are struggling with Madden, and you know, we're here to work our way to try to make you guys better. So do me that favor, please, and I'll do y'all the favor of dropping whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, FTA, baby. Now, what we're gonna be going over today is a very, very simple tactic that you guys can utilize to frustrate anybody who. So typically when you play Madden, you get a very, very big amount of players who don't like to adjust. Now, what I mean by that is they see something, especially if it worked once, and they will go to it nonstop over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Very, very, very easy to get those people frustrated, and I'm going to show you a decent way to do that if they are passing the ball. So let's just hop in a popular formation. Let's just hop in bunch offset. I feel like most of these videos are based off of bunch offset, but it's that good of a formation that I feel like we can utilize this and go crazy with it. So we're just gonna come out in, let's come out in mesh post. Why? Because we'll have the running back on a automatic wheel route, yada yada yada, which makes this perfect. Now on the offensive side or defensive, it doesn't matter what it is that you're calling, but this is mainly going to be for heavy blitzers. So we're just going to call over Storm Brave out of 2-4. This isn't this isn't nickel over. This is just a regular 2-4, and we're just going to be blitzing. So first things first, that running back has to be guarded. Why? Because wheel routes in this game are really, really good, and if you don't guard that running back, this is what happens. They get a very good animation, and you know, the blitzing that you're doing is going to end up it's gonna get more hurt than anything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press, and then we're gonna make sure that that running back is guarded. Now, in most formations, and I'm gonna bring up the squigglies for this, but in most formations, you have a couple players that will automatically get pressed. Typically, your number 1 and number 2 receiver, right? So if these guys are on the outside here, these guys are most likely gonna get pressed. In bunch, this guy gets pressed as well. There's only one person, well, 2 people technically if you're counting the running back, but there's only one person that typically does not get pressed, and that is the tight end in this situation. This guy here does not get pressed. So you can put him on a drag route, you can put him on an out route, you can put him on a streak, and he won't end up in a press animation. Now, the reasoning why this is so important, why you guys need to note this, is because if you guys have good cornerbacks, like right now I have Jalen Ramsey out here, and he's gonna absolutely clamp down whoever number 6 is. But if you take whoever is manned up, or whoever you think should be using the tight end, or you know, just anybody that's in that spot, you want to be the guy to jam that tight end and make sure that his route does not get open, especially if you're sending a heavy blitz. As you can see, we end up getting a lot of pressure, and we end up getting a sack on the quarterback. So typically what this video is all about is being able to press whoever it is, whichever receiver is in that situation. So right now we're just going to pinch our D lines, because this guy's he's kind of getting in the way here, and we're going to take the tight end and we're going to put him on a streak. Everybody else, we're just going to man up, and we're going to make sure that they're pressed underneath while we have a pretty decent blitz coming across. And we're just gonna, I actually ended up messing that up, but still, again, we're just looking for that pressure to come home quick enough so that you can press. Now, because this guy keeps getting in the way, I'm just gonna show you what it looks like with Hill. So as you can see, I'm jamming that man all the way down, and the way that I do it, I just like to hold the right stick down. So typically what you're going to be looking at your controller and seeing, your left stick is going to be trying to like drag up, and then your right stick is going to be pushed down. That's how I like to do it, because we're just trying to jam, and obviously if they try to throw it, you can cut that underneath, especially if you accidentally do not get the press. But yeah, it's just a nice little tactic that we can do. As you can see, that was me not holding the right stick down. Once I hold the right stick down, for some reason, it kind of creates this weird little pressing animation. And I'm trying to call hike, by the way, as I'm trying to call hike while using the other controller. That's actually why it's a little bit difficult to actually do. Trying to call hike here. And as you can see, the pressure just gets in too quick. And if you have a good enough user, you're going to be able to sit there and jam them pretty much nonstop. So right there, we got the jam, as you can see. And I'm actually going to showcase that because we got a very good jam there. And it's something that I think a lot more people need to utilize in Madden. As you can see, this guy absolutely clamped. And when you do something like this could be the difference between look, this guy's already getting sacked. Jalen Hurts is already going down to the ground, while none of these routes are open except for the tight end route. The tight end route does get open, but as you can see, everything is typically clamped. They'll have to make a hot read here, a super hot read. And a lot of the times when they're in formations like bunch, and again, knowledge is a huge thing when it comes to Madden, but when they're in a formation like bunch, they tend to go to their slot receiver a lot. Their slot receiver ends up on the verticals route and blah blah blah, and you can completely negate those routes and shut them completely down simply by taking your user, and as soon as they call hike, clamping down on that right stick. And as you can see, the pressure is in. Aaron Donald picks it up, and we're off to the races. We're off to the races for a touchdown. Aaron Donald, best defensive player in the world. You're allowing players like this to pretty much come home simply because of the pressure, the amount of pressure that you're putting on whoever it is that you guys are playing. So again, I like to typically do it with the tight end, or if you guys are playing someone in a tight formation. As you can see, that tight end has no shot at doing anything because we're right there. So if it is a flat pattern, they're going to end up being cooked on that. The thing you want this to the reason you want to utilize this is for, streaks or, corner routes that need time to develop, or C routes that need time to all these routes that need time to develop can be absolutely shut down by this tactic. So if you guys are facing somebody in bunch, this is going to be something that's going to be huge. So even if you guys aren't in man coverage, so typically in bunch, you want to make sure that that route isn't completely destroying one of your outside corners, right? You might not even be blitzing, but to disrupt the timing of that route, look, I just bumped that tight end to where that quarterback's not going to have time. He's not going to look at that tight end and think to himself, man, I can throw this. No, because we kind of jammed him even right at the line. As you can see, we bumped his route and we disrupted that route. Granted, I can't do it perfectly simply because I am trying to utilize two controllers, but it's just such a good tactic to end up utilizing in your schemes. And right now it's not letting me call any other defense. So let's go ahead and call that. Let's call Tampa 2 this time. So we're on the vert. And this time I'm actually going to man him up on R1, and we're going to try to call hike. And then jam him. As you can see, look, completely jamming the route. And that could be the route that they're looking for to go to actually throw over the top. And this is a completely perfect example of what I want you guys to try to attempt to do, pretty much. Just completely bagging that route. And what you're doing essentially is you're taking this route out of commission. You're literally making this route useless. Now, yes, they do have the drag there. I understand that, but I'm simply just trying to showcase you how important or how crazy this can actually get. And if you guys are playing Madden Ultimate Team, there is a certain somebody with an ability for 2 AP currently, as of today, that this might go absolutely crazy with. Bench press is the ability I'm talking about. I'll make another video on that. But as you can see, absolutely crazy. Now, that could completely change someone's entire offense. And I want you guys to learn how to do it, simply because, as you can see, we're just jamming him completely. And again, and all I'm doing is holding the right stick down and trying to follow him wherever he goes. So again, we're doing it again. I'm holding the right stick down. Same exact situation. This is definitely something I think everybody should add to their schemes, especially if you're heavy blitzing, because I think it'll stop even the best of players in Madden. My name is Tony Montana. If you guys appreciate this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new. If you guys are struggling with anything, leave it down in the comment section. Yeah, this one is definitely something that I think people should definitely incorporate into their defensive schemes. I will see y'all in the next one, man. As always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.